Hi everybody, Feliz Navidad.
Oh, Christmas is over. Well, Happy New Year's to our viewers. Wishing everyone a prosperous 2018. So Happy New Year. We have not made any video in the past month. So today we want to make one more video, the last video for 2017. All right, so as you can see, we're in the midst of the winter season in Southern California. Nothing is really growing. We're not growing anything at all in our garden, but we're definitely preparing the soil and prepping the soil for spring. Okay, so let me talk really briefly about what I've been doing to the soil. As you can see, the soil is it's somewhat moist because I do water the soil. I do water them occasionally in the winter because the winter is very dry. So sometimes, even though without plant, you want to water just once in a while. You don't have to water every day, every week, but you definitely need to water them a little bit because the worms beneath that and the microorganisms do need some moisture to continue to grow. Now, when it's really cold, the majority of the microorganisms will go dormant, and the worm will do fine as long as it's not freezing. But more importantly, in the soil, what I did is I bury a lot of kitchen scrap throughout the path here. You can see. Now you won't be able to see it because I bury a lot of kitchen scrap, mainly vegetable, eggshells. And I also add some of the plant food, the pellet type organic that have a lot of microorganisms in them. So some of some of the microorganism, it's in dormant stage because it's a little bit cold, or they're not really growing as fast as in the summer, in the hotter season. But once spring comes along and the temperature rise, the microorganism will proliferate, and that's what help break down a lot of nutrients in the soil. Okay, so again, all this, and I don't till the soil. I gently use a fork, kind of like pick the soil up a little bit to allow the moisture to go down further. And as you can see here, this is a tomato, volunteer tomato, continue to grow because the temperature is kind of like nice and warm. So we do have 45 degree, 40 degree, sometimes 37 degree 2 weeks ago, and now we have 65 to 70 degrees. So that's what happened. Oh, bless you. That's what happened when you live in Southern California. Not anything can happen. It's very unpredictable in terms of weather, but it's nice and warm. So not much to complain about. Alrighty, so that's our garden. Nothing is growing. As you can see, all this here is the strawberry. They just propagate themselves, and some of them actually produce tiny little strawberry fruit. As you can see here, all this here are self-propagating. Look at that. And this one actually produce some tiny little fruit. But since the weather is kind of cold, they don't really do very well. Look at this, you can see that. Look at that. Okay, so one of the plants that do really well in this kind of cooler climate, even though it's a tropical vine, it's a passion fruit. Look at this. They're growing. Yeah, they're just growing and growing and growing, and eventually they'll probably graft. Eventually they will probably climb up to the windows and up to the eave of the house. So eventually I have to trim them back because this guy here is over 25-30 feet long now. Look at that, way back there. And this is where it starts, and they're going to take over this side of the garden too. So eventually I have to trim them up too. Now, one other plant that's do very well in the cool climate, you might be surprised. I want to show you. Okay, let's walk this way. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, this is our papaya tree. Look at that. We've been picking some of the fruit. Beautiful. Look at that. Even though it's kind of cold, but they somehow still produces fruit. Look at that. All right, and we have some leftover radish from last season. I just leave them. Obviously, this is the bitter melon that's completely done. They're done. This is too cold. Now, here are some of the plants that I mentioned that do very well in the cooler climate. This is dragon fruit. They seem to do very well in the fall in Southern California. So, as you can see, they start growing, they start spreading out. And I still haven't have time to make a trellis for them. So as you can see, they are actually growing very well. All right, so that's our garden. We continue to prep our soil. So when spring comes, all you have to do is add some compost, or topsoil and compost when you start planting. And that should do it. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching, and once again, I want to wish everyone Happy New Year's, prosperous 2018, and stay safe. Thank you for watching. Bye.